Hello and welcome to Roman to the Empire's channel. I'm Shieldwall Dragons and I will kind of be driving this boat tonight. With our special guest, Left Eye Ego. So let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. I am Shieldwall of Dragons. I'm Shieldwalling it up in here, having a good time. And so yeah, let's get into our show.
So Shieldwall, if you're here and Roman's not, are you protecting someplace from being carpet bombed?
No carpet bombing today.
Okay.
I'm taking the night off.
Okay.
Usually that's something that happens. But speaking of which, we have the Joker voice. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. And I can't remember what day is Taco Tuesday or whatever.
It's not Taco Tuesday at Arkham. It's Saturday night. It's taco night.
That's right. That's what it is.
It's a madhouse then. And yet, Roman, I know you're watching, so got to keep it up here.
Got the scissors. Yep, exactly.
And maybe we should call this show Thursday Night is Overbooked, as we have 3 of the 4 members of the show here.
Look at Matt doing the dual wield.
Right.
So next up, we have Jacob Ironside. He is the meme master of the interwebs, and we are serious when we say that. Using his power for good instead of evil. I don't know. I think he might have gone full evil, but we'll see.
Probably.
I mean,
Probably
fire in your
negative,
background kind of gives it away. Next up, we have Super Matt, the Matt of Steel, the unbearable 73. He is the man that knows all the things about all the things, and that is also not an exaggeration. He knows a lot about.
It is a curse. It is a curse.
Yes, it is.
I am cursed with desire to know anything I get curious about.
Right. And
even if
he's got a lot of information. And then for our guest tonight, we have Left Eye Ego. If he went into space, he would be a psychonaut. I didn't write that.
It's true. It's pretty good. I like that one.
In
Well,
space,
good, man.
you'll hear you
Thank you for having me.
Exactly. Yeah, it's great for you to be here. Lots of fun. So, and then I'll keep an eye out for other people popping in. Let's say hello to the chat real quick. Let's see. Well, we got Sergeant Garantina, old Sarge. He said, "Hey guys, have a good stream." We got Frank Yakeley. Hello, my man. Oh, Angry Canadian. How's it going, sir? Good to see you here. And that's it for now. Oh, and look, Roman joined us real quick.
Which angry Canadian? I hear they're all angry now.
Yeah, well, that's how they roll in these days. So to start the show off, there was some kind of breaking news today. Let's see if I can figure out how to share my screen. So let's see here. Share. So Hulk Hogan dies at 71. Wrestling icon, superstar of the wrestling world. So yeah, he apparently had died of a heart attack this
morning.
This morning at his home in Florida.
I mean, for a guy who's in his 70s, I mean, that's when we start to die. In between now and 75, we have must be dead.
Well, especially when if you look at his life, all the things that he did. If you're a pro wrestler, the amount of stress it puts on your body, plus all the other stuff that he did
allegedly.
Yeah, but the point is, he made 70 years old with that one, right? So you make 70 without that. So I'm not going to blame it on roids or whatever.
Exactly right. I mean, it's like.
So he began. His real name is Terry Bollier. He began wrestling in
Bolea.
Yeah, well, yeah. And he began wrestling in the mid to late 70s. He caught the eye. We mentioned this last night. He caught the eye of Bobby Heenan of all people, who said, "Got to hire this guy." And kayfabe, Bobby Heenan was a lifelong opponent of Hogan, but in real life they were friends. So I think he started with. Well, he didn't start with AWA. It was a small federation, but his first big federation was the American Wrestling Association.
Correct.
And he made his way up. He understood what Vince was doing with the business, aligned himself with Vince in the 80s. And modern wrestling is due to Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan in the 80s, the way they sort of expanded into being a TV and PLE based as opposed to local house shows and all that. Then just when you think he couldn't reinvent himself, he did the greatest heel turn of all time in the '90s when he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. If Hogan could turn, anyone could turn. You know, and then just when you think he couldn't be himself again, he became a wrestling ambassador for with his being able to switch personalities and for the various federations. And there are controversies in his life. You know what I mean? But he, like I said, he's a wrestling legend, and I would say he's more positive impact in the world than negative impact.
Right.
Ego.
Right.
Do you want to expound on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you separate, if it's kind of like hard because you're having to separate art from artist, and for the artist of Hogan, Hulkamania, and everything, it was fantastic. You know, it was as Americana as possible in the '80s. You know, it was football, wrestling. You know, it was a part of Americana, and Hulk Hogan had a large part to do with that. So I give him props for that, and I know that culturally, everyone knows who Hulk Hogan is. So for everyone, it's like it might feel like a huge loss for people that have known how Hulk Hogan was as a person. Maybe not the biggest loss to that extent, but I understand that everyone's going to have an emotional response about it because it's Hulk Hogan. If it was anyone else, we wouldn't really have this much of a response. So I understand both sides of it.
Yeah, he was huge, and I think everybody around the world kind of knew Hulk Hogan, who he was,
Right. So,
even if they didn't follow wrestling at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So kind of where folks first got a glimpse of who Hulk Hogan is and just the sheer mass of a human he was in the Rocky film where he played Thunderlips.
Thunderlips, yeah.
Professional.
I don't think Thunderlips is more like his character, his heel character before he became Hulk Hogan. Just people are curious about it. Yeah.
So pro wrestling has had like 3 boom periods. One was during what was called Hulkamania, like 84 to 88, where under the advisement of his real life the manager Jimmy Hart, he changed his color scheme. He was used like blues and whites, but he changed his color scheme to red and yellow. And Terry was like, well, why would I do this? And Jimmy Hart said, McDonald's. Nothing is more Americana than McDonald's. So this is why he is in the when you see him, it's the iconic red and yellow waving the American flag. I remember in '91 in WrestleMania 7 where he's facing Sergeant Slaughter, who had turned to being a Iraqi sympathizer. Not the best marketing move that WWF has ever done. But in that moment, and I've never been a huge Hulk Hogan fan, but in that moment, the music hits and you're caught up in it. You can't help it. So that was the first big boom that happened. Then we're talking like 96, 97-ish when Hulk Hogan famously did the famous heel turn with WCW at Bash at the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as Matt said, he reinvented himself as just from a beloved superhero to a reviled heel, the bad guy. Feuds with Ric Flair. Probably one of his best feuds probably the perfect foil for Hogan was Randy Savage. Those two worked very well together, back and forth. And a lot of folks don't know about this because at least they don't hear it from me because it involves 2 of my least favorite people in the wrestling world. WrestleMania 18 was billed for this match between Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who went in as the bad guy, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson going in as the babyface hero. Midway through the match, the crowd was not buying who was the babyface and who was the heel. So mid-match, both these guys called an audible and began playing the opposite role of what they were booked to do. So,
Yeah.
I would not have a show. Wednesday night is overbooked if it was not for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Most of us would not know about professional wrestling. It would still be this very, very niche.
Yeah, like it'll be a niche on YouTube, actually. Like you know.
Right. Exactly. So Hulk Hogan made wrestling cool, made it mainstream. This is when MTV was first on the scene, and he's aligned himself with Cyndi Lauper. I mean, there was the famous at the Grammys where Cindy won a Grammy for something, and Hogan is right behind her, and then he does a big flex. So, personally, as a human being, I can't stand the man, but I will never diminish what he meant to professional wrestling.
All right. And then we do have a comment in the chat from Frank that says Hogan is 3 this week. Remember the whole thing about him being the third man in wrestling? Like was it the NWO where he came out and he was, and they were like, we have a surprise third man. And
who is the third man?
Yeah, exactly. Well, with this week with Malcolm Jamal Warner and
Ozzy,
and there was I think the lead guitarist for or one of the guitarists for Golden Earring. That he died. He was 77. So yeah, we're.
If those don't know who that band is, you probably heard the song Twilight Zone, or what's the other big song they have?
It's really big. It's in a lot of video games and stuff.
Radar Love.
Yeah, Radar Love. That's it.
But there's other songs. I mean, they're great. They're a great rock band, but like those two songs, Twilight Zone and Twilight Zone at 2 a.m.
So, yeah, they're. I think they're like a Dutch band or something.
Dutch.
Okay, cool. Oh wait, what's that? Did I hear?
Heavenly shades of memes are falling. It's in time.
I would love it. I would, Jacob, if you were able to pull this out, that's awesome. If you were able to pull off, which I don't think you had time because of the news, but if you found a picture of the Mega Powers, Hogan, Savage, and Miss Elizabeth, Mia Savage, Matt as Hogan, Ego as Miss Elizabeth, that would be wonderful.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, but before we get into the memes,
it's happening, folks.
Any final thoughts on Hulk Hogan?
I had another video planned. I'm scrapping that and I'm starting back from scratch. I'm going to be doing a Hulk Hogan one, which will be
awesome.
Dropping tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I might do a little 5-minute my thoughts on Hogan. I want to do one for Ozzy too.
Cool. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a kind of the, as I get older, a lot of people that you looked up to or you saw or were famous that you thought were timeless are just passing away.
Well, I mean, reality Shieldwall, given our age, we're passing away. You know
exactly.
I mean? We're approaching the top of the mile escalator to nowhere.
There are times when I feel very old, but there are also times when I don't, and it surprises me when somebody dies. And it's like, wow, I in my head, I'm like a lot younger, and they're, so it's kind of weird.
I wake up and I feel every hour of my age.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we have Beard of Liberty
memes
stapling something to his head. His hair on, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Piece.
What's next? Oh.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it.
Huh. So how did they have to hold your cape up and flip you around while you were in the volume doing this? Because that's how they film this.
No. I just
he was on like a rig and people were holding his feet. Kind of cool.
You run away from Batman enough, and that pose becomes common. So
Yeah, you gave him the scissor.
That's awesome.
Swing
that's
it.
right.
Oh man, and his face fits on everything.
Everything.
The Red
Red
Hulk,
Hulk.
it's totally him.
Wow.
It doesn't even look any
That's
different
really
than
good.
the movie. It's my God,
Jacob,
it
that
doesn't
is-
look any different.
That
than
is
the
sheer
movie.
genius.
Unbelievable.
We need to get one of Roman as Edward Scissorhands.
Ah,
in here.
Donkey Eggsy.
That's a good one.
Look at that.
You know, it's kind of sad that a lot of people don't even know who Don Quixote is anymore.
I know.
Yeah, that
That's
is.
sad.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's
right. We got a little Gambit.
Sammy as Gambit. Yeah.
not bad.
What's it say?
Yes.
I'm totally.
Unappreciated in my time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had the little slide thing over the top of it, so I couldn't read. Oh, what's this from? Is this from the thing?
Airheads?
The thing.
Oh, the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the radio operator guy. Okay.
Ah,
That's an old one.
Multi-pass.
Yes.
Multi-
Sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
have time to put together some new stuff. Just had a long day. And
that's all right. You
just
finished
got out of the
Really
shower.
Yeah.
A little wet, a little
Yeah.
sweaty there.
The multi-pass. It's got Roman's face.
Because we look
He
at
hates
so much
that
alike.
movie. He hates that movie.
It's really good.
All right. Awesome.
Not bad.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yep.
Yes. So let's see. We went through the intros. Let's go. Okay. Let's talk about this right here. Get rid of that. And share my screen. Share. And we can talk about Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy,
So he had just done his farewell concert
right?
with
Yeah.
Black
like a,
Sabbath.
like a reunion farewell concert.
Well, it was a Black Sabbath farewell.
Right.
There was supposed to be a his farewell, like one more.
Right. Yeah.
But there was a lot of. I mean, does anyone? I've known Ozzy. I mean, not known him personally, but I've known him since I was like 3 or 4, first here in Black Sabbath. You know, and then I'm more of a fan of him as a solo artist than a member of Black Sabbath because I think his voice. Like, if people have never heard Ozzy's voice, he's capable of anything he sings. He's capable of putting this sort of like in-depth emotional quality to it that
Mhm.
it takes to another level. Like if you people cover his songs who can't do that, you always think something is missing. You know, a song like "Mama, I'm Coming Home." You know, if you hear people cover that a lot, who are like pop singers or whatever, they don't have the depth of resonance in his voice to sort of bring out the sort of the guy. It's a miracle he survived to make 70 whatever years old. You know.
Let's see. He is 76. That's
Yeah.
not a bad run.
Yeah.
That's not a
That's-
bad run.
For the
Again,
for the amount of alcohol and drugs that pass through his system.
yeah.
Again, lucky.
But it might have pickled him. I mean, literally.
yeah,
might have
that's what I was
pickled him.
going to say.
Maybe.
He was kind of pickled.
Now,
but-
for those the Black Sabbath origin story, for those who've never heard it, so they were jamming together. 4 guys who formed Black Sabbath. You know, Geezer, who the other 2 guys, Iommi, and I can't remember
And the
his
band
name.
used to be called
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
That was
So-
that was the original name of the band.
They would play and sing all different types of music, and they were like what? And they said, "What are we going to play for our sound? What are we going to play for our sound?" So they went out to a club one night and were talking about, and heard a guy playing on stage, and one of them goes, "We're going to play like that guy's playing," and the guy on stage was Jimi Hendrix.
Oh wow.
So that's how Black Sabbath got their sound. You know,
right.
Wow.
Was it on a Sunday?
Mm.
Oh, well played. Just catching that.
Ego
do you know how many people?
Ego
was-
got where I was going with
I
that.
was like,
You know how
God,
many
it's that's
people
not
like
bad.
how many people don't know what the Black Sabbath means? Like the whole the supernatural reference and all that. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't until because I knew who Ozzy was, but it was later that I found out that he was the original singer of Sabbath, and I'm like,
Ward. The last other guy we got, the drummer's name is Ward, something Ward. You can't really remember.
Okay, I mean, I was more, as far as the Sabbath sound, I was more of the Ronnie James Dio. I just think he sounds a bit better, but again, legend, absolute legend, to reinvent himself like Hogan did twice. I mean, heavy metal comes from Black Sabbath.
Right. They were part of the group of bands that pioneered it.
They
made
along with
it
Lemmy
mainstream.
And a few other artists basically heard Jimi Hendrix playing and created.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. Now, apparently he was suffering from Parkinson's disease, and he had been for almost like 10 years. And he did special training, like rehab training, in order to build up his ability to do this last show, which he did in his giant bat throne, which is pretty cool. And, I think he kind of knew that maybe the end was coming. Like, he didn't have much more in him. So he did this just one last thing, this last hurrah, got it out, and was able to finally just be like, all right. And
probably the only folks who might be okay with Ozzy passing are Bats and the Alamo.
Well, yeah. So the Bat story, for those who don't know it, what really happened is people would throw things on the stage, not living things, but stuffed animals, food, or whatever, and rubber ducks or whatever. Ozzy would bite the heads off of it or bite it in half or whatever. Some idiot threw a live bat on stage, and Ozzy bit it and I was like, what the hell am I biting?
Yeah. Didn't Alice Cooper do something like that too?
I don't know if Alice
not like that. Alice Cooper was always more well, again, Alice Cooper is literally he took Kiss's gimmick and made it popular, the sort of big stage show with the makeup and all that,
It was a dead bat.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Certainly dead after Ozzy bit it.
Yeah. I figure,
and then
because bit it alive, it would have like flown around or something.
And then I remember the story about the Alamo. Ozzy had to take a piss, so he just whips it out, and he's taking a piss outside, and someone comes up to him and says, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is like a national landmark. How would you feel if someone did that to Buckingham Palace?" And Ozzy famously said, "I wouldn't fucking care. I don't bloody live there."
Yeah, was it the exterior wall of the Alamo?
Yeah,
or
it was a side wall.
Okay,
side
on the
wall.
out. Yeah,
I live in San Antonio. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was a side wall.
I've been to Alamo. There's a wall around it.
So Ego, are they now going to have a spot like sectioned off saying Ozzy pissed here?
No, we're not. No.
They probably can't.
We can't.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not. It would not work. I mean, no, we can't do it. It's going to encourage the wrong behavior.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Encourage the wrong behavior.
Only Ozzy pissed here.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. No one else should piss here.
If it was Austin, you wouldn't have been able to tell anyway.
That's fair. That is fair. I give you that.
So yeah, rock and roll legend. Did a lot with his life.
Damn, they lost weight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember the show Meet the Osbournes? The Osbournes.
Well, I think the original was
That's how I was introduced.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yes,
they were showing it on. It was a MTV show, and he's doing a sound check, and they're testing like the pyros and whatever, and all of a sudden there's bubbles. I mean, it looked like the Lawrence DeWelk show on Ozzy's stage, and Ozzy is just losing, and he's like, "Shannon, what are bubbles doing on me fucking stage? I'm the bloody Prince of Darkness." And of course, Sharon, "Oh, Ozzy."
Yeah, they really jumped on that reality TV kind of early, and were able to stretch it out, because reality TV now is terrible for the most part.
So as far as music goes, the first 7 or 8 Black Sabbath albums, Ozzy, are pretty much like the definition of classic metal. You go listen to them, and then Ozzy's first couple albums, especially, were the. I mean, Ozzy himself has never released a bad album. You know, his work for so many legendary artists. The most haunting song you'll ever hear is the live Mr. Crowley from the Tribute to Randy Rhoads. If you go find it, it's the most haunting rendition of a song you'll ever hear.
Right, and and again, like with Hogan, we wouldn't know who a Randy Rhoads is if it wasn't for Ozzy.
Mhm.
What's the guy's name? The Black Label Society. That guy,
That's wild.
Zach Wild. We wouldn't know who Zach Wild is unless he worked with Ozzy.
Yeah.
And here's a picture of him with Billy Idol. And you can see he has a cane with him that he had to work because of the Parkinson's and stuff.
Right.
He had to use to get around. Yeah. Let's see. Here he is with Piers Morgan.
And Sharon. Wow.
Yeah.
I think Sharon. Is it just me, or did Sharon feel like it was more a marriage of just business?
Yeah,
I think there was a point when they first got married.
I wanted to ask that too because I didn't see it, so I was trying. I wondered why. If you had
it was the first few years, everything was cool, but then they were like
banging Randy Rhoads.
Right, they were going to get divorced and stuff, but she was such a good businesswoman that they stayed together basically for the brand.
Right.
Well,
right.
I would say that after, let's say, the year of 1995 or so, the marriage was a business marriage, and she became his caretaker more than his wife.
Right. Yes.
Wait, so who was she banging?
Randy Rhoads.
Although they both had affairs. I mean, there was no. I don't know who technically they had hippie style open marriage when they started.
Who's Randy Rhoads?
Randy Rhoads was a guitarist for, at the time, for a band no one had heard of at the time, was called Quiet Riot. And Ozzy brought him on board, and his popularity just skyrocketed.
He is arguably the greatest guitarist of all time.
Right. There's a picture, there's a famous image of Randy and Ozzy where Ozzy's holding Randy up and Randy has his guitar out and everything. And they would be on tour and Sharon is banging Randy the entire time.
Yeah. He died from flying an airplane while drunk, basically.
Yeah.
He died what?
Flying an airplane while he's drunk.
What?
Oh, so Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Martin Muses.
Miss Martin Muses, hello.
Thanks for being here.
But and that led to one of the most misunderstood songs of all time, "Suicide Solution," which was against excessive drinking and alcoholism because it was a suicide solution. But a lot of idiots thought it was advocating for suicide and all that shit.
Right, and which again, Ozzy was still higher than a kite most of the time.
Well, he struggled with addiction his whole life. I mean, the reality is this. I haven't had addictive problem. I haven't had like he has, but we all struggle with something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he couldn't get away from it even until his 60s. He was still struggling with it. Well, not like he wouldn't consume drugs regularly, but he'd have a day where he would go and get high, and because people would just give him drugs because he was Ozzy,
right?
Like there was no filter. You know what I mean?
Right. No one would say no to him.
Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah, and then he kind of played up the whole. He ran with the bat thing, kind of.
Right.
Well, he's smart marketing. I mean, that's the reality of it. Yeah.
This is a list of all his albums here, or Black Sabbath albums.
Yeah. Well, he was on the first through 1970 Never Say Die. Those are Ozzy's album with Black Sabbath.
Right.
Heaven and Hell. He might have had some tracks on Heaven and Hell, but he was not the lead singer by then. And
that was Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie.
And bringing it back to the world of wrestling, every November for the last 3 years, the big premium live event Survivor Series has a stipulation match called a War Games match, and they play Black Sabbath War Pigs every time.
Is it true that he got inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
WWE Hall of Famer, Ozzy Osbourne.
This is when they got married in 1982.
I was 11.
Yeah, she has that Diana haircut, the Princess Diana haircut.
Yeah,
She does.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's had a health battle and drugs, things like that. But a true rock legend.
oh yeah.
Gone. Some may say too soon.
76. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm surprised he lasted that. I'm surprised he lasted that long.
If you make 65 years old as a human being, you have nothing to complain about.
No.
Not really.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts on Ozzy before we move to the next?
No, I'm good with it.
No.
That's so.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Take that down so I can get this up real quick.
Oh, I will say as an aside, one of the most weirdest mashups ever that actually works is there's a mashup song of Earth, Wind, and Fire September that goes on with Crazy Train, beat for beat.
Oh yeah,
You gotta listen to it. It's phenomenal. If you ever get a chance, just listen. It's a mashup.
There's
Crazy Train,
another
Earth, Wind, and
band
Fire.
that did a cover of "Shock the Monkey" by Robert Palmer, or Peter Gabriel, whoever it was. A metal band called Cold Chamber, and they brought in Ozzy as a guest vocalist on that, and it's cool.
It's not bad at all.
Okay. So our next story is Marvel plans to recast the X-Men and eventually Tony Stark after Avengers Secret Wars, but reboot is a scary word, says Kevin Feige. Well, of course they're going to have to recast them. They're all like 95.
Okay, why should this be scary? Why should this be scary?
Yeah.
This should be a welcome word.
Because someone probably told Kevin Feige that if this don't go well, this is your job.
Well, the other thing is the word reboot is scary because all the reboots like Star Trek and every other movie that's got a reboot have all sucked.
Wait.
Reboot to me is they take a movie that's already been made and just duplicate it. This isn't a reboot. This is a
reset.
Right. Of X-Men, not a reboot.
Well, a reboot. I mean, I get what you're saying, Jacob. I think of it as a remake, not a reboot. Like what was the movie we talked about that we both said why they bothered remaking it? True Grit.
Yeah.
Remember the Portland's anyway. So we knew this was coming because just if nothing else, the actor's aging, but they've recast already with this show, new Professor X. Remember, with this new Magneto. You know what I mean? And
what's up, Copa?
So this is not surprising that they want to do this, and Secret Wars is a like a reality of altering event. So
right,
you can't do it with that.
Yeah, this is according to the article, after Avengers Secret Wars, which comes out in 2027, they're going to recast the superpowered mutants for the upcoming X-Men movie. But no duh. Everybody in there you can't keep the guys from like 2001. They're all old. Yeah, it's time to recast. I think it's time to recast T'Challa too. On top of that,
there's
Ryan Gosling.
Hey guys. Hey, I shit y'all not when I say Ryan.
Well, they introduced
he would make
the
it
White Panther in the comics, so
there was a rumor they were going to do that for like some kind of like multiverse thing, and then they were going to be able to use that to kind of reset it into. But
it was either.
But that's basically what the Secret Wars is going to be. It's going to be it's going to be a multiversal event. So if you want to continue with the characters that you established that are fan favorites, that are household names, if you want to continue with Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, I mean, you're going to have to recast. So this is not a scary thing. This is a necessary thing.
So I think it's scary for them because no one's doing the heavy lifting for them now.
Because
because X-Men, that's not like that wasn't Sony, was it? Sony, was it Paramount?
Fox
that did that. That was Fox.
Fox.
So yeah, X-Men was Fox's thing, and you jumped on casting Logan, and you just kept printing the same movie over and over with Logan. You're like, oh shit, well we got to get the rest of these guys, but everyone else is too old. We've done too many, multiversals, time frames, and now we have to do it on our own. We have to cast our own people. Shit, what are we gonna do? It's like that means you're not good at casting. And the problem I've always had with Marvel in general is the fact that you guys tried to you sold us the C team as your A team. The Avengers is the C team. Like I've always said, Fantastic Four and X-Men were your A and B teams.
Okay, so what happened, Ego, is around 2004, Marvel realized that the Avengers should be their A team. Like
I know. I don't care. I'm just saying
all of their big heroes weren't on the. What they used to do is have like Captain America, like one big hero and a team of a bunch of B squadron as the Avengers.
I get it.
Ego, and also Ego. At the time, X-Men was owned by Fox. Fantastic Four was owned by Universal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I understand those things, but there's a reason you said Marvel's first family is Fantastic Four. The reason that you had such a popular time block for kids TV on Saturdays was X-Men. Like, and like I said, I 92. Get it. It's just the fact that
92
X-Men 92. Yeah, 97 was 92. So if that's the case, like those are your popular ones, and those aren't yours. And so you try to make the Avengers a thing. It blew up. Congratulations, fantastic. But now you're trying to do Fantastic Four. That's straight cheeks. X-Men, you're afraid to reboot, and you're going to have to wait until after you do Doomsday before you actually reboot everything. And that's going to be your second clip that you're going to jump on. Secret Wars. I don't even care to even remember the name because I'm not going to see it.
Marvel Superhero Secret Wars was probably the greatest crossover of all time in all comics.
One of them.
Yeah.
It was, the greatest for a reason. It was the first one. Well, it was the first modern one, company-wide crossover, all the multiverse. And so Jim Shooter became editor of Marvel in the 80s and was rebuilding the brand, basically. Mm-hmm. And came with the idea of the mega crossover event as a way to show people heroes they wouldn't be reading. Like if you're a Spider-Man fan, maybe you didn't read Thor. Now you'd see Thor and Spider-Man hanging out together, So the premise of it was that the Beyonder, basically God 2.0 at the time, they've nerfed him since then. Was he wanted to learn. A hole got poked into our reality from where he was, and he wanted to learn our reality. So all this conflict going on, and said, "I'm going to test these heroes and villains and see what's better, good or evil." Basically, so we got all the heroes and all the villains of the battle world, and that was Marvel Superhero Secret Wars 1, and that eventually inspired DC to do Crisis on Infinite Earths.
What year did that come out?
85.
Okay, yeah, all right. Then that's the one I remember seeing.
Yeah,
isn't there a part where like somebody drops like a mountain on him?
And so
he's holding it up.
Dr. Doom eventually steals the powers of the Beyonder. He didn't really do it, but that's the Beyonder. I don't think he did that. And throws the mountain at them with the bolt from the blue. It's kind of ambiguously worded. And the Hulk was holding up the mountain while the rest of the heroes were trying to figure out how to hide from Doom because Doom could have killed them all.
Right. Didn't Molecule Man wind up killing him or something?
So the Molecule Man at the time was, because his powers were linked to the Beyonder, was the most powerful being in the universe besides the Beyonder, right? Mm-hmm. And the Molecule Man wound up working against him to an extent, but then what you're talking about is 2.0. This is a follow-up series a couple years later. So that one was the Beyonder, who kind of disappeared at the end of Volume 1, came to Earth and was trying to live as a mortal and see how the mortals lived. And so Spider-Man was heavily involved in that because Spider-Man is the mortal of the heroes. And eventually, the Beyonder does something where he wants to keep his powers but live in a mortal body, which is a mistake. And so they kill his mortal body, and the Molecule Man take all his power and throw it into the dimension where it came from. Okay. And that was supposed to be the end of the Beyonder.
Okay.
But it turned out it wasn't because they can't let a sleeping horse lie. Is that the phrase?
Right. Yeah. Or a sleeping dog lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So in the end here, Feige just says that a reboot can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Reset, singular timeline. We're thinking along those lines. Later, he added X-Men is where it will happen next. So to me, this is just common sense. That you have to recast because the people are older. And it's an opportunity to, I would almost like to see a bunch of no names take these roles.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you wind up with Pedro Pascal and everything.
I would argue that they've always gotten relatively no names for their characters.
Okay, so that's an interesting point because this is what I have said.
Yeah.
When the MCU started,
go ahead.
You had Robert Downey Jr., who had basically disappeared from Hollywood for a long time.
Yep.
But you surrounded him with a great supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans, who was normally teen rom-com actor, surrounded him with a great cast.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hemsworth, relatively unknown, surrounded him with a great supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
The Guardians. I mean, the leader is Chris Pratt, which unless you watched Parks and Rec,
Parks and Rec,
you wouldn't know who he was. Great supporting cast. So Ego's right. They've always gone with somebody not quite a mainstream name, but because of the performance that they did, they elevated themselves, got themselves to use a wrestling term, got themselves over to where they are mainstream.
Yep. Agreed.
Right. Okay. So the fact that they're recasting, let's hope they don't bork it up and try to put a bunch of nonsense in there and they get good actors. Yeah. Or people that are hot right now that kind of suck.
I just don't think that they can afford those kinds of people.
Right.
No.
I don't. And you can't get A-listers to be in Marvel first up because they're not going
to with the Eternals or whatever.
Well, the hope for these.
No, I'm saying that because I'm like they're gonna want like 6-7 movie deals, and if you're an A-lister, why would I take that deal?
Oh, right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can't afford to do that.
The hope for these movies is that the Russos have total creative control over them, and they've done good movies outside of Marvel stuff, and they've done most of the good Marvel movies, to be honest. So that's our hope for these two. Whether Feige keeps his hands out of it.
I know you gotta bounce out in a little bit, Ego. Is there anything that you specifically would like to talk about?
Let me double check. Oh, I was gonna say the Superman and his parents.
Oh yeah, let me.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I talked about that before. I gotta leave it about 15 minutes, but I definitely want to say.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up. Okay, here's my quick and my quick take on it. They did them dirty. That's so.
Disagree.
You don't think so?
Nope.
No,
I'm not a big comic book reader, so I don't know if there was some comic books that paired.
I'm with JV. You're saying that people are upset about this?
They are upset.
Yes, they are. And here's the thing: is so people are hoping that, according to this article, that the message
was doctored.
Yeah. Okay. This is light spoilers for the Superman movie, by the way. His parents sent a message with him, and he only got part of it because it was damaged in the crash. And Lex Luthor goes in, and he's able to decode the rest of it and put it out to the world. And basically, his parents are saying that he should make like a giant harem and spread the Krypton genes and rule the Earth and all this stuff. And get out of here, Ed.
My real problem with it isn't that they decided to make the Kryptonians evil or whatever. It's that the rest of the message was literally right out of bad Superman fan fiction. Like make a harem, rule over them. I mean, this makes them like idiots. You know what I mean? Like the message should have been you should use your power to guide and rule them wisely. Choose a good mate so your Kryptonian gene, like something intelligent, not just make a harem.
Make a harem. Make harem.
If I may, we know that Krypton is galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies away from Earth. Isn't that correct?
Depends on the continuity.
It's far away.
Matt.
It's far away.
It's far away.
We can all agree on that.
So if he's traveling at light speed, it would take him hundreds upon thousands of years to get to Earth. What do humans look like on Earth thousands of years ago?
Booga booga caveman.
Oh yeah, exactly. So you're putting it in that context.
Correct.
Okay.
But that would have to be the truth for this movie that he left Krypton thousands of years ago. In most continuities, he's sent with vast FTL. So it's like the trip only takes one of the longest trips actually is in Superman the Movie, where it takes 5 years for him to get there. And that's one of the longest trips ever. Most of them are pretty
What's up,
short.
Sammy?
What's going on, guys?
So Krypton basically.
I had very little problem now with this, and I know folks were like, "Oh, Jonathan Kent is crying all the time, and he makes him." I'm like, "Oh, he's proud of his son." And Script Doctor talked about this, how it made Superman really inherently evil, and he said no, because Superman chose to do right, to do good. It gives him agency in his own story, that he's not condemned to follow the path that even someone had set out for him. This is my opinion. It has nothing to do. There is nothing factual here. This is my opinion on how the story played out.
And Joker, I have no problem with them making him bad. But I have a problem with the fan fiction translation. And the other thing, right? So this film, in my review of it, I said the thing that holds it back is a lot of bad writing. So here's a detail.
But isn't any adaptation from a source the material a bit of fan fiction?
Not this way. But anyway, let's not argue over that. So the Guardian of the Galaxy, the Guardian of the Universe exists in this movie. Okay, if the Kryptonians sent a baby to be basically Goku and rule over the planet or whatever, why would the Guardians of the Universe allow that baby to remain on Earth? Why wouldn't they take that baby and take him back to the Oa and raise him to be where they know he will not become evil? You know what I mean? So that's one writing inconsistency in the film, And then like I said,
maybe because they didn't have time. Maybe because they didn't have time to in a 2-hour film to explain who the Guardians are.
that there's a lot of stuff.
No, but the point I'm getting at is the script should have been so much better for what they're giving us. And this movie could have legit been 8 or 9 because the acting is really good. The special effects are good. The sort of general plot line.
I give it a 7. It's a solid film.
Yeah, I gave it I said 5.5 to 6.5, and so we're in the same area there, JB. If they had just tightened up some of the writing, for example, another one that's full on spoilers for the movie, guys. Full on spoilers, right? Lex Luthor's entire plan falls apart if he doesn't kidnap Krypton, which is an afterthought, right?
Okay, so let's hear from.
Could have kidnapped anybody.
So let's hear from Ego, because this was his topic here. Ego, go for it.
So I will say this: if I am on Krypton, it technically doesn't matter when you write the comic because the issues are still the same. I'm thinking he came out in 1930 something,
38,
1937 when Superman 38, right? So you're like, well, damn, the people of Earth, they fight over people that have different skin color. They go to war and they use sticks to fight. The sticks shoot something out. We don't have that where we are. They get confused easily and they want to fight all the time. I don't want my son that's stronger than all of them to be under those kinds of people. So, hey, if anyone that's like that gets confused easily, that wants to immediately war and fight, and you're stronger than them, take them out. Replenish the Kryptonian race as best you can. I mean, I've heard one of the people say that his parents basically said, "Fuck bitches, get money." But for me, it's like, well, I wouldn't want to be under that if I'm sending them to this place. Even if I go back to like 1992, which is what they're saying technically how old Superman is. Like you're like, hey, the fall of the Soviet Union was in late 91, 92. You've got the Gulf War going on. It's like, hey, I'm sending my son into like this place where they're constantly at war.
Nuclear weapons.
With nuclear weapons, they get confused very easily by people and things that are different from them. And you're going to be much stronger than them. Like, don't let those kinds of people push you around. Take them out. That's all. I have no problem with them saying that because I know that there are parents that when their kids get to competitive modes, like, yo, you're better than him. Take him out. You know, no hurt, like not to hurt him, but like, hey, you're better than him. You're gonna win.
And someone said that the current movie, Superman's dad, was like, it makes him an arrogant snob. And I'm like, Marlon Brando was an arrogant snob as well. He will be a god to them.
Yeah,
he does.
He didn't. Yeah, as he didn't lie. I mean, and I guess that's the weird thing is that they've made it so that you can't question the morality of Jor-El at all. And I'm like, if
by the way,
well, conversely,
this is the most goated Kryptonian garb right here.
Conversely, Brando did not want Superman to rule them, and he didn't want them to reproduce or anything. So even though
that would be kind of be implied, though, right? If he'll be a god to them,
he explicitly said no interference other than protecting them and guiding them. So no marrying, no none of that.
Well, guiding.
That was the whole plot of Superman too.
Nah, man, protect and guide.
In order to bang Lois and eventually marry her or whatever, you have to give up his powers.
Unless you go from Mallrats and he uses a kryptonite condom. But that would
well, if Mallrats says it, then
I know we'll get into the details of it, but it was a plot of those Superman movies that he was supposed to be separate, so to speak. You know.
Yeah.
But that was also when back then Superman was basically immortal and lived for like tens of thousands of years as long as he had sunlight. So it's just the other side of it.
So Sammy,
what do you think about Superman's mom and dad?
I always thought of Jor-El as like the altruistic.
Okay.
Not. Although I would like to see this narrative get like forwarded because eventually, when Superman makes it into like the bottled city of Kandor, they're all like, "Hey, Kal-El, you fucking."
Yeah. So
better be fucking.
So wait,
we need
let's
a new
extend this bad logic. So what is Supergirl supposed to do? She's supposed to have a harem of dudes, give them so she can popping out Kryptonian super babies. Is that what's supposed to happen?
Well,
yeah, that's another thing too. That's the first thing she should have said. Like, hey, you making more Kryptonians yet?
I mean,
wasn't there a storyline where he was? He was trying to marry her or something.
There's a storyline for everything, man. It's been around for 85 years.
I mean, she does. I mean, Kara does go to planets with red suns, so she can be a little weakened. Maybe get some little
strange.
Red kryptonite blow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just got back from Fantastic Four.
Oh,
I
don't hear enthusiasm in your voice there, Sammy.
I have heard from Gary and like Chris Gore that it's not the worst film Marvel's done.
I think it might be better than Superman.
Really?
Oh, really?
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that's not saying much. You know,
Superman was awesome, though. You didn't like Superman?
No, I just thought it was mid.
Okay.
Again, I'm with Matt on it. It was the writing was off on it. There could have been some things that were a little improved, and also I think that it would be too easy to sabotage Lex Luthor's plan with like verbal commands to control Ultraman.
Oh yeah, that's another prediction I had. Lex Luthor's got to be like awesome at tech, right? Like,
if he would have been in like a pod where he was like, he had like a helmet on and like controls and stuff, and he was like controlling Superman that way, I'd have been totally with it. Instead of a bank of 12 people you got to give verbal commands to, you know how fast the fights would go? He's literally, he can go as fast as the Flash.
Well,
so
yes, he can, but something that Gunn mentioned in interviews, and should have put in the movie is Superman is still powering up. He's not as powerful as he's going to be several movies down the line.
Okay, here's my problem with this, and was my problem with Man of Steel, was my problem with the Batman. I'm really getting sick of these movies where there was like, well, he's not really Superman yet. And I was like, Christopher Reeve played like a fully realized Clark Kent, a fully realized Superman. And then it was like, that's why these movies always feel like they're lacking, because like it isn't a fully realized idea of the character yet.
Okay, real quick. Ego's got to bounce out here in a minute.
Yeah.
So final thoughts, Ego, and then tell us where you're going to be and what you're going to be up to.
Okay.
And then we can continue this conversation.
That's fine. Yeah. Final thoughts on it. Like, I actually like the direction that James Gunn went with it, and I'm actually excited to see what he does next. I have no idea which movie's coming up next. I think they've been announcing people for Clayface, and premise is okay, and I'm looking forward to it. But I've already got my Superman review up on my channel, Left Eye Ego. You can catch me on YouTube, Left Eye Ego, same on X and on Instagram as well. Sunday, we'll be talking about on Ordinary Gains, my wife's trip to Utah and Montana, which is where she got me this awesome hat. And I'll basically catch her up on everything that's happened, pop culture oriented, over the last 5 days that she's missed. It's going to be pretty good.
All right. Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show tonight.
Yeah,
it's always great when you're on.
Yeah.
No problem. Oh, I'm sorry. Next Wednesday, it's Wednesday nights overbooked with the homies Matt, JV, Bradley, Duke, Devil 95 as well. 8 p.m. Central.
Awesome. All right.
Had to plug that in there.
Have a great night. And thanks for being on with us. Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Later, man.
Take it easy.
All right, Sammy, you can continue on with your train of thought there.
No, I was just saying it's like, how many times are we going to see this? Oh, they're only a couple of years into their career, and it's like, no, there's ways to do that. Superman, like Christopher Reeve's Superman, even though he's just starting out as Superman, like we see him as the full-fledged Superman, like he's stopping helicopters and all this other. Another thing I didn't like about this movie is, they say right in the beginning, he's been around for 3 years. This is the first time he's lost a fight. Well, you know what? Then maybe show a montage of him like in the zone, like beating a bunch of guys or winning. Maybe show us Lex Luthor's plan, like piecing it together, making it look like it didn't just fall out of the sky. There's certain things when they say like, oh, there was a half hour cut out of this movie. I was like, oh, I totally believe it. There are certain things that needed to breathe a lot more, but it doesn't mean that I didn't dislike the film.
Going by what other people have said, I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, build it up to where he's had all these victories and then gets slammed down. And
well, I'll say Fantastic Four, much better pacing. Although I'll tell you guys this: if I hear a chorus go Fantastic Four like one more time, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, because it had to be at least 40 times.
So Sammy, so the Fantastic Four, I believe they've already where the film takes place, they've already been established as
well established. It's in like this pretty cool design, like futuristic world. 60s, like
Jack Kirby style.
Mm-hmm.
1960s retro futuristic.
My main problem is everything that we thought going in. It was like I don't buy Pedro Pascal as the smartest man in the universe. The Silver Galactus Surfer looked really cool. Silver Surfer, and then when they give her like reveal on everything, there's no reason that it couldn't have been Norrin Rad. people have to add these things on. Although the girl who played Silver Surfer was fine, but like it's not that hard of a role. Like there's not a lot. Silver Surfer is not like an overly emotional character.
No.
Like the only time I've ever really seen him freak out is when Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know if you've read a lot of Silver Surfer comics, but he's had some good runs with some character range.
Oh yeah,
but that being said, like my problem with this movie, as far as Silver Surfer being female goes, is they literally ignore 2 perfectly fine female heroines of Galactus to do this.
Yeah. No. The other thing too is, even though he did a really good job, the voice is just all wrong for the Thing. The Thing should sound like a generic like New York cab driver.
Yeah.
And this guy, although he did really good, he was probably one of the better characters in the movie. Johnny Storm, they didn't end up screwing him up. They made him a little bit more cerebral, but like he is like a scientist. They allude to that he's a bit of a playboy, but you don't see it because, I mean, the whole thing of the movie is Sue Storm's pregnant, so like he's not like womanizing in front of he's not womanizing in front of a baby, like like it feels right. There was go ahead.
We didn't mention it, but speaking of Fantastic Four 2005, Julian McMahon died a couple.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now, is that close enough where that counts as the third? With Ozzy and
because we actually had more. The lead guitarist of Golden Earring, he died.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yep. So we talked about all that kind of stuff already.
Yeah, I said with Ozzy Osbourne and the Hulkster, I tweeted this earlier today. There's a guy in like a cutoff t-shirt and a mullet having like the worst week of his life. Just
yeah.
So I just happened to glance at X while we were talking. Apparently, the leftists are already going off on Hulk Hogan.
I posted that too. They can't even wait for his bodies to cool. Didn't you say the N-word one time?
Okay. And
they were trying to say that about Ozzy. They were trying to call Ozzy racist, and like everybody bounced back, going like, Ozzy Osbourne never said anything racist.
I mentioned this. So there was a meme.
Hulkster did though. So
again, he did.
Almost every guy his age.
Yeah, I was gonna get the guy's 71 years old.
It's a little more than that. But
again,
neither here.
So anyway, go on. There was a meme I wish I had saved where they took that scene in Man of Steel where I think it's Sod or Fayora throws a train at him and he jumps above it and wrecks the building behind him, and they put it in a meme with Superman in the recent movie stopping the kaiju from falling on the building. And I was like, and then it goes, "This is the difference between these 2 films." That's the basic difference.
Yeah.
Speaking of kaiju, multiple Godzilla sequels coming to Toho.
Actually, Shield, do you mind if I share something?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, as long as it's not like copyrighted.
No,
Japanese anime or something.
No, it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this should be up with you now.
Okay, there we go. Whoop, hold on. Let's see. Add to stage. Hold on. Let me remove mine, and then there we go.
So here we have, this is from the numbers, and this is where Superman is at right now. This is a good sign. This is a little scary. This is a little worrisome right here.
Did it open in China?
I'm not sure yet. I can look.
I'll go look. Keep doing your point. I'll go look.
I can look at this in a second here. But here is where it starts off with. And then we have this shaded cone here. If this line is near the bottom of the cone or under, it's underperforming. If it's near the top or above it, it's obviously doing much better.
So that cone is their estimates,
Right.
Okay.
That's like the safe zone.
right?
So to make a return and to make zero on this film to break even.
I'll be right back.
To break even, it's got to hit about $750 million, somewhere in that range. So we got the first weekend drop off here, which is a 53%, which is not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If it was like in the high 60s, low 60s or more, that's a big red flag. Now there was one big drop off in the first week to week. So from Friday here, Friday here, big drop. But since then, it's been holding a lot. It's been holding fairly well. Now, the issue is going to be, will this film leg out and turn a profit? And then that's good for that right there. With Fantastic Four coming out, that is now going to take up most of your IMAX screens and your big premium arena style seating.
Mm-hmm. That's what Disney does.
Right. And so you're not going to get as big a return on the box office. So again, could Superman break even? It's possible. Very possible, which I think Warner Brothers would take as a win.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Sammy. Are you excited to see Fantastic Four in the theater again?
If I was seeing it with people who hadn't seen it.
Okay. So it's not so terrible. You're like, I don't ever.
No, it's the same thing with Superman. Like,
right.
I didn't get to see it with Morgan. Mm-hmm. She now wants to see it because she realized it was the Guardians of the Galaxy guy, which was like, which was like one of the things that actually drew me out of the movie. Was like, dude, we get it. You have a big vinyl collection, okay? Like, focus. But I think at least to say the least about these two films, they were at least fun. Harkening back to it's been a little while since Marvel or DC has put out a movie where it was fun. Thunderbolts was kind of getting back to it. This one felt like it was way more controlled. You didn't feel like you were being preached to. There was a couple things that I disagree about with how they handled Sue Storm, but it wasn't like they made her the biggest girl boss. Yeah, well, they made her more of like, so Reed does all the science and she's handling the Future Foundation. Like, so she's more of a political figure, which, is very kind of much like Reed Richards, where like, if you ask him something, he tends to like freak people out because like he's thinking it. Well, no, just he's too smart to give like a politically correct answer.
Oh, right.
Where he'll, it's like a good example, even though Reed Richards didn't say it. It's like in Watchmen, where the guys, the structure of an alive body and a dead body, they're structurally the same. Like there's no difference, and everyone's like, well, what the fuck does that mean? And it's like, so it's better to have someone like Stu. Yeah,
to kind of be the goat between.
Yeah, she's better at that. There's also things that she wasn't willing to do to like jeopardize her kid, and like it was respectable. Like they actually put kind of like the atomic family back in the forefront, or the nuclear family back in the forefront. And no, I said atomic because I'm watching all this vintage. But anyway, yeah, so it was cool to see like family values and shit.
She liked the music, she said. Does she like the Fantastic Four or whatever?
No, she was talking about
Okay,
the James
so-
Gunn stuff.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So just I believe there's a one or two post credit scenes, Sammy, right?
Yes.
One of which involves Franklin.
Yes, that was
Okay.
the good one.
I'm not going to spoil majorly, but I talked earlier about Marvel Super Wars 1 and 2. Franklin is heavily involved in with those, especially with the second one, with the nature of the Beyonder and the Molecule Man. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. And then guys, there's no reason to stay for the second post credit scene.
Okay.
It was there was like an on running joke about the cartoon, like the Fantastic Four cartoon, the the in universe one. So like there, and you see it in the previews. Everybody's trying to get Ben Grimm to say it's clobbering time because in universe that was his catchphrase in the cartoon. The whole time he's like, I actually don't. I don't
so he never says it in the movie.
He said, I think they goad him into saying it one time.
Oh, okay.
But like but it's more like it's just an excuse to another excuse to harass Ben Grimm while he's just like trying to walk down the street in his trench coat and shit. No, Ben Grimm was really great. Johnny Storm was really great. Pedro Pascal was doing his best.
Not as insufferable as usual.
They didn't screw over Johnny Storm. They didn't make him gay or something.
No. They as a matter of fact, they made him pretty boss. I mean, they kind of made it where he's trying to like prove himself to Reed, and be like, hey, like I'm a smart guy, I can do this, and everyone they look at him like he's just a kid, and I thought that was instead of kind of making him because the way that what's his face played him in the early 2000s.
Evans.
Yeah, the way that Chris Evans was playing him, he's a little too bombastic. Where that's not how Johnny Storm is to me.
But I will say I did in those two films. I did like the dynamic Evans had with Alba because they really did come across as a brother and sister that just sniped at each other.
This comes along as a good like brother sister thing. It's just they're not like sniping at each other, but like there's certain things where you were like, yeah, that's probably some shade throw at me.
Reed and Ben war veterans.
No, but they are. Ben Grimm's still a great pilot. Reed, it's just hard to even wrap your head around what Reed is, because it's almost like Reed is we would know him, or like how we would know like Tony Stark. It's just like this 60s world does this, but like he has no charisma. He seems to be a very nervous man. It's not the Reed Richards from the comics that you would expect. There's parts that he nailed where like he's saying things and people are like, hey, what's this guy's problem? But there's the confidence isn't there. Like the Reed Richards I know wouldn't be so awkward.
And so I'm just going to throw this out here. Would say someone like a Benedict Cumberbatch pull this off better because I look at him when he played Stephen Strange and he was kind of that same way.
He would have been a much better choice. But they already misused him, so they already wasted him.
How did the stretch look?
You know what? Since they didn't utilize it insanely, it looked fine.
Okay.
He wasn't doing it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, there'd be like times where like he's in the lab and like he's doing stuff, but like when he's holding the baby, he's not like rapping around trying to do
No,
stuff.
he doesn't have the baby down on Fifth Avenue, and he's like way up the street.
Yeah, there is the only time it looked real bad is during the final fight with Galactus. He's trying to traverse across the city skyline. That looked a little CG-ish, but otherwise, like, I'm giving it a pass.
I can't remember what his stretch limit is. Like how many feet or whatever he.
It differs
They
from.
do it like Elastigirl.
It differs from continuity to continuity.
Yeah, no, it does vary. But it's not to a point where you're like, okay, this is insane. Where like that.
No, I will say this. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought for sure that Marvel Studios was going to go the John Byrne run and insert She-Hulk and completely bypass another thing.
Well, there were opportunities. There weren't any. Actually, there weren't any opportunities to do that.
Thank God.
You could tell that there was some rewrites, but it didn't feel as disjointed as some of them felt like in Superman, where you're like, oh, this scene didn't breathe right here, or this. And I mean, there was some mixture of like that humor, that but you got more of like it's a family. They all live together. It wasn't anything where like, oh, this is serious, and then Rocket Raccoon is like leaning in with like a prosthetic leg.
So just to clarify something, JV said, She-Hulk joined the Fantastic Four in the aftermath of the first Secret Wars because Ben lost his powers when he found a machine to make him human again on Battleworld, and so she was put. It's a great run by John Byrne on Fantastic Four.
Right. Yeah.
One of my favorites. That She-Hulk is not the garbage MCU She-Hulk.
No,
she's not twerking. Yeah, not twerking in her office.
No. There. What else was I gonna say? They definitely prelude to like, hey, there's other dimensions, and we should see what's going on in other places. But actually, I really liked how they were gonna handle Galactus and everything, and there's things that happen there that are pretty good. Like
mostly.
Yeah, maybe that's a little TMI.
Yeah, well, you've never seen my wife after a couple shots of tequila.
Well, Sammy does
but I've
girl,
seen you after a couple shots of whatever you were drinking.
Couple. Yeah. Well, all I did was dance on a bus. Yeah. All in all, and there were some fantastic visual references to a lot of great covers, and and they gave Jack Kirby props at the end of the movie, so I was happy with that.
That's good.
How was Herbie?
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you this right now. Herbie, way better than Crypto.
Okay.
He was cute when you needed him to be cute, but he was like a little helper robot. He didn't get in the way. Also, like, you realize he was a robot. Like, you didn't be like, oh, don't be mean to Herbie. It was like he's just there. He's a Roomba that can do more stuff.
Yeah. Because the late 70s cartoon, I love that cartoon, and it had Herbie in it.
Yeah.
Instead of Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one where Magneto's like, and he tricked me with a wooden gun.
Oh, that was great.
I had that on VHS when I was a kid. But he was good, and like I said, the mid-credit teaser was all right. You're like, okay, this felt like I don't want to say the Marvel of old, but like this, like I wasn't sitting in the theater going like, oh Jesus Christ, when is this going to be over?
Okay, so if this film was in put it up in the from Iron Man to Endgame, where would this fit in?
Oh, it's hard. That's really hard because like it's in a different time and place. So it has no overall story that it's contributing to. But I'm saying if you put it in 2 or 3, it wouldn't feel so disjointed. Like if you put it in 1, it would be too outlandish, right? Because they're introducing Iron Man and they're getting you okay with the idea of Thor and Captain America, things like that. So it's too outlandish for phase 1.
But as far as like a quality film, where would you rank it at? Like mid pack?
I'd say this would be like a mid film in one of those. I mean, because like it's not going to be better than Civil War. It's not going to be, it's not going to be better than Infinity War. But if this came out like right after Avengers, you'd be like, okay, all right, like they're and that's not to say that it didn't have its problems, but I was like, it looked good, it was fun, and it was just enough for you to want to see what actually happens to these characters moving forward.
Okay. So the better than Thor: Dark World.
Yeah, I would still say better than Thor: Dark World.
Okay.
But it also has nothing to compete with, right? And so it's its own thing. But I'm also saying it could have been thrown in any phase. So it would have been the strongest film in phase 4 or 5. It's way better than Shang-Chi.
The Eternals, the Marvels.
Yeah, all that stuff. It's more fun. I will say the dialogue felt quiet in a lot of like situations.
Better than Blade. Oh wait, they still can't.
Yeah, they still can figure that out. But
how they screw that movie up and
well, okay. So I read an article, and they couldn't figure out how to make Blade without just throwing on a leather vest and killing the vampires. And I'm like, clearly you don't understand the assignment.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, they got exasperated with, I always forget the guy's name, and they were like, fine, we'll just have him fight vampires. And it was like,
So with the Blade movie, Feige wanted to make it woke, and the actor refused. He just utterly refused.
They wanted him to take a back seat in his own movie. Yeah. They were like, "Hey, it's gonna be your daughter or like a girl sidekick, and she's gonna teach you life lessons." And he's like, "No."
He said, "If you do that, I will pull the race card on you." Basically, so he used the power of the left against the left.
Amazing,
right. Yeah.
But I just love one of those knuckleheads in the writing room was like, "Fine, we'll just have him fight vampires," and was like, "Great, cool,
exactly." Cool. That's what
you understand the assignment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for that recap, and for Mrs. 3 for chiming in,
right,
and letting us know her thoughts on it too. Which I don't know, some of them were a little better than yours, Sammy. So,
but what?
Just talking about the family interactions and stuff.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, no movies without sin. I realize I'm one of those people. So when I walked out of Superman, I was like, yeah. And then a couple hours later, you start thinking about certain things. And you're like, well, there was that.
I walked out of Superman, and I was just like, it was all right. I'm not mad that I spent money on it. It was okay.
I was glad because I went to like a 10 o'clock showing, and they asked me, do you want a senior discount? And I'm like, do I look that old?
You don't look that old, bro.
No,
you don't look like they should be asking that at all.
But I got it anyway. So 10 o'clock films for $6.
Oh shit, that's right. You can get the 55 and older discount.
Man, I need to dye my hair gray.
Oh, I just thought they had a thing where it was like, if you look over 50, we'll just give it to you because it's after 10.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah, and there's I mean, like if you buy stuff from stores anymore, they don't even card you if you look old enough. Some people will, and it's like you are out of your mind if you think that I'm not 21.
Well,
Yeah.
I still card folks all the time.
Well, yeah, because it's the law, but yeah, I get it. Okay, so let's move on here real quick to the next one that we got, and that is multiple Godzilla sequels coming from Toho.
All right.
So we can blow
So-
this up a little bit.
There's 2 sequels. The long-awaited sequel to Godzilla
-1.
-1, and even longer-awaited sequel to Shin
To
Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla, right?
Oh, they're making a Shin Godzilla sequel?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm interested in that
So
for sure.
The -1 is follow-up is already filming. And the guy that did the original, he's returning the helm, right, handle all the visual effects.
Yeah.
duties. So
Okay, well,
it
that's a good
should
sign.
be as good, unless you can't do lightning in a bottle twice or whatever. But
Well, it also
bigger
like it's not going to be on a shoestring budget this time.
right, yeah. And look what he did with like
so that
500 mil or whatever.
and that kind of that worries me a little bit because it was so good on
Right,
this shoestring
because
budget.
they had to tighten it up.
Right.
Mhm.
Right,
And because it had so many, because you had limits to what you could do, this is where he got really creative with how to do things. Now, with a bigger the budget, is it going to become too Hollywood? That's
right,
my concern.
right.
Well, again, though, it wasn't like when the budget was small in terms of being a Hollywood budget. For
Right.
a Japanese movie, it was still a decent.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. And Shin Godzilla, according to this, remains the most successful Godzilla movie in Japan to date with 78 million made in the country. Because their population isn't as big as ours by a long shot. There's only like 128 million or something.
Not only that, but
Yeah.
that's currency translation. Like,
Right.
so their currency to ours means 78 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Believe it or not, contrary to what it was in the 80s when everything was ridiculously expensive in that country, it's very cheap now comparatively. Matter of fact, they're one of the few countries that went through deflation, where people were saving so much money, there was no more money, printed money in circulation. Like it was falling out of circulation because people were hoarding it all. Unlike so, let's see here. I guess that's the whole article. Huh.
Yeah.
The third film, they're making a third film as well as the Monarch Legacy of Monsters Apple TV thing has got a new season coming out.
The Monarch, the legendary one is Godzilla Kong Supernova.
Right.
Now, I'm not as enthused about that only because I like to see Kong and Godzilla have their separate films again. So they can, I mean, team ups are great, but constant team ups, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's gonna start to become like a buddy cop movie at this point.
Right.
Like they'll be on a giant motorcycle together with Kong in the sidecar.
Yeah, and Godzilla's like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Godzilla put on a giant cigar and Kong will light it for him and have a cap on or something, It's like,
Hey, what's up, Rio?
but it's a good time to be a fan. And the Monarch Legacy Monster show is stupid, but
Yeah.
it could. The only good thing in that show are the kaiju fights.
Right.
Everything else could conflict.
So basically, you could boil the whole show down to about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Everything else conflicts with the legendary movie series in terms of continuity.
There's also a third movie coming out that is going to focus on not Godzilla, but something from another monster from that universe, maybe Mothra or Ghidorah, somebody like that.
Well, the interesting thing is that they still only have license to 5 of Tokyo of the Japanese monsters, which are Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, Mechagodzilla, and King Ghidorah. They don't have no. So the question is, are they going to make a movie about one of the original MonsterVerse monsters now to try to get so they don't have to pay the extra $50 million in licensing fees or whatever they're paying for it.
Right. And what's your favorite era of Godzilla?
Me?
See, Yeah, so you got the Showa that's
Oh.
from the original,
The original
And you got
Showa
the-
is.
and then you got the Heisei, which is like the 80s,
Heisei-
I guess.
So the Japanese got originally were named because of the era of the emperor they were
For
in.
the Emperor, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So Showa means everything from the original movie through Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla in the mid 70s. Heisei refers to Godzilla 84 through Godzilla versus Destroyer. Then there's a Shinsei, which is basically everything since then. Some are saying there's a fourth series starting with Shin Godzilla, right? Anyway, my favorite, my all-time favorite Godzilla movie is probably still the first Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla movie.
Yeah, because I think there's a new Emperor era in the last 7 years because the Emperor, he didn't die. He just kind of like abdicated for his son to take over.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I'm kind of hoping that's what they're doing for Godzilla -1 is like they'll put, because like you can't have Godzilla destroy Japan again, like very, very like soon. Like Japan got totally decimated in Godzilla -1, so you gotta let it rebuild. So I'm hoping we get to like the 70s, and then we're like, we've been planning for this, and we see like this Mecha Godzilla. Would be.
So we don't know the take on Godzilla. Is Godzilla just a giant animal, or is he some? You know what I mean? Like he's not intelligent. Like obviously the monster versus Godzilla is intelligent and capable of interacting with people and all that, just like Kong is, right? And
so we know that it heals really, really quick.
Yeah. So the question is Godzilla going to be a giant animal that's very destructive? You know, if that's the case, maybe you could introduce another giant animal and have them, you know, have the side effects of their fight, you know, wreck China or something for a change. You know, it's
wreck China.
You know, well, I mean, definitely in the MonsterVerse where Godzilla was going in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, he was hunting down. Spoilers for the movie, guys. Spoilers. He was hunting down. What do you call it? The company was trying to build Mechagodzilla, so he could sense that it was going to all the places where they had bases and was taking them out. But the human just thought he was destroying cities, you know. Until Mechagodzilla pops out of the mountain, you know, like, oh my god, what? Like, you know,
oh my god.
Yeah. And I love that plot element was borrowed from Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 3, or Godzilla Against Mecha, whatever it's called in the Shinsei series in the in the early 2000s. It's a monster called Kiryu, where they took the bones of the original Godzilla, made Mechagodzilla from that, but Godzilla was a part supernatural creature, so it took over Mechagodzilla. It was going on a rampage, and Godzilla actually had to stop it. You know, pretty cool movie.
Okay, yeah, I know there's like storylines with like aliens, with spaceships, and
well, to me, the Showa series is always going to be the best because I was a little kid. Like, I mean, I will watch those movies like constantly, even in part. You know what I mean? Whereas the ones after that, maybe I'll watch Godzilla versus King Ghidorah parts of that. That's from the 90s.
Are we ever going to get a live action Godzuki?
Oh, I hope.
God, I hope
Yeah.
not.
Show was terrible.
We had a live action.
I love Godzuki. He was great.
He was called Minya. He was in the worst Godzilla film of all time.
Yeah, I
wait,
was
was
gonna
that
say.
his son or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Godzilla's son.
Yeah.
We had two. Actually, they rehabbed him with
Yeah,
Godzilla Jr. in his Heisei series. With Godzilla Jr. Spoilers for Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Godzilla sacrifices his life to save his child, but all the radiation gets released, and the human are like, "Oh my god, we're all going to die." But then Jr. absorbs all the radiation and becomes the new Godzilla.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, it was. I remember watching that like a Saturday morning one time.
Yes.
Like in the 70s.
Yes.
I still have that cartoon. I enjoy that cartoon.
Yeah.
See?
And funny enough, I should say, even though the Godzilla and him only TriStar Godzilla film was horrible, the cartoon that spun off of it was really good.
I'm trying to remember. So Godzuki was just a smaller version of Godzilla, right?
But had
Who could
wings.
fly.
Oh, he had wings. Okay. Oh, that's right. He would. In the intro, he did a thing where he goes around the Washington Monument, right? And he grabs it and spins around it, like
Kind of like, yeah. And then
yeah.
he couldn't breathe. Fire was like puffs of smoke.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I remember that the Japanese version with the son on the island. He would try to do the nuclear blast, and it would just come out as a ring of smoke.
And when Godzilla stomped on his tail, though, it would power out.
Yeah. That was kind of that's back in the days of the guys in rubber suits. Real. Cool.
Shieldwall,
All right,
here
so
you go.
yeah.
Hold on a second. I got something for you.
All right.
Find it. Why isn't it here?
Let's see.
I'm looking for a VLC media player. Why isn't it showing up in my tabs? There it is. I got that. It's muted, so you won't be able to see.
Okay.
Share it whenever you're ready.
Yeah, hold on. I just because it's Japanese, I got to be real careful about this.
Well, it's muted, so I'm not gonna hear. I'll stop and start it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is American. All right.
Yeah. Love it. Yep.
There he is. Yep.
Godzuki.
All right, go ahead and pause it.
Godzilla.
This is what the episodes kind of look like.
Yeah.
Basically, they could summon Godzilla with
Right. Like
with
some
the
sonar
captain.
device.
Do that thing right there. The Godzilla summoner, and Godzilla would pop out of the water.
I forgot how bad this was.
This is
Well,
great.
I mean, for the 1970s,
Yeah,
Hanna-Barbera,
yeah.
just what Hanna-Barbera looks like, the animation.
Yeah.
And he just elevated out of the water, like no realism attempted.
Oh man.
I'll show you the monster he's fighting. Like, skip forward a little bit.
Yeah, they always had to have the kid with the bowl cut.
Yep.
There's the monster. Well, we're skipping. There's a combat scene somewhere in there. He eats rocks or something. He was eating underground, digging tunnels.
Oh, yeah, there.
There you go. And Godzuki knocked him off the bridge, which is absurdly large.
Right. And he just turned to mud.
Yep.
Awesome.
Fantastic Four.
Thanks for showing us that, Matt.
Yeah. Do I have the Fantastic Four cartoon?
Oh, I would love to read.
No, I don't. I gotta get it. Those Marvel cartoons from the 60s and 70s were awesome.
Yeah.
I
mean, some of them, like the original, like Marvel, what is it, Hero Hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Those were basically like motion cartoons.
Yes.
When Captain America throws his mighty
shield.
All those who
those were
who chose to oppose his shield must yield.
Yeah,
those
I love that
basically
sequel.
those were basically panels from the comics that that they were just like move an arm or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like the old Clutch Cargo cartoons with the mouth superimposed, a real actor's mouth superimposed over the animation. Those are all right. So let's talk about this next. Taika Waititi to direct new Dredd.
Oh,
film.
fuck off! Fuck off!
Yeah. How does this guy keep getting work?
Is that for sure now that he's doing it?
It's probably just rumored.
Well, he's attached.
Yeah, he's attached to it.
Ugh. Done. Bye. Goodbye.
So obviously he did Thor Ragnarok, which a lot of people liked, was well received.
Okay, a lot of folks. Okay, a lot of normies liked it. A lot of comic book fans hated it.
Yeah, it had a lot of stupid stuff in it.
Right, and then they took the handcuffs off him, and then we got Thor: Love and
Thunder. That was terrible.
Thunder, which was just.
I didn't actually. So a lot of people like Jojo Rabbit. I thought it was kind of not that good. I thought it was like kind of pointless and dumb. And then now he's going to help.
Look at him in the corner there. Look how smug he is.
Mm-hmm.
So Drew Pearce, who penned the films such as Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, Iron Man 3, which I didn't really care for that much, Hotel Artemis, and The Fall Guy, is set to write the script. So as long as he's not like writing it, maybe it won't be complete.
Well, if he's writing the script, it's gonna be. It's again. I'm gonna. How much is the studio going to say? You know what? Don't be Taika on this.
Oh, probably none at all.
Yeah.
They'll be like, go full Taika. You'll be cool. Like What We Do in the Dark or whatever, because it was funny and edgy. And
that was the only of all his movies. That was the only one I semi enjoyed.
Oh, I enjoyed that one because like he wasn't destroying anything.
So do you think it's going to be like the 95 one, or or it's going to have anything to do with the 2012 one?
It's going to be worse. I wouldn't be surprised if Judge Dredd smiles.
Right. But here's the problem, right? So Judge Dredd is supposed to have humor in it, right? But Taika Waititi's humor is not Judge Dredd humor.
It's over the top.
No.
It's over the top. It's low hanging fruit. There's a dry aspect to Judge Dredd humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very dry, very dark.
You know, because Judge Dredd is a comic from the UK. It's not an American comic.
Right. So it has UK. It has.
It's also set in a dystopia.
Right.
Right.
I still remember when he was attached to that Star Wars project, and he asked Natalie Portman if she wanted to be in Star Wars. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, I was in.
So we all think this is going to suck.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it's going to see the light of day.
Yeah, it's currently being shopped around. If they couldn't have taken and did a second movie with Dredd, with Carl Urban as Dredd, or even made it in that universe. That was such a good movie because the universe was grounded.
Well, that's what I thought they were going to do with it. Weren't they going to do a series?
That was the idea, but it didn't perform well at the box office like they wanted it to.
Well, Carl Urban is still trying to get either a sequel or a TV show going for that character.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of Carl Urban, have you guys seen the Mortal Kombat?
I have not still.
For the new.
I still haven't.
Well, I'm talking about the trailer for the new one that's coming up.
I saw it.
So that you have the good one that was in '95. I enjoyed that one. And then they came out with this new one in like 2022 or whatever. I thought that one kind of sucked. And now they're doing this new one. Well, but
the sequel to that one.
Right.
Everything with the one from 2021 or whatever, all the parts with Sub-Zero are awesome.
Yeah.
All the parts with Scorpion are awesome.
Yes.
Right. The fights themselves are pretty good. Right. The plot of the movie with the made-up character no one cares about.
That wasn't great.
Right.
Let's see if I can. I mean, we can't like watch the trailer on.
Well, if you play it from X, yes. If you play the YouTube one, no.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because YouTube can't see X's video.
Okay. Let me see if I can bring.
Make sure when you get on X though, you're not getting the link to the YouTube trailer in the actual X trailer.
Actually, can one of you bring it up? If you know how.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
I'll go look in.
Well, what I was talking about is so there's another trailer, which is a trailer for Johnny Cage's movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that thing is awesome.
By the way, the people who made the Mortal Kombat movie in 2021, which had a lot of elements we like, he did a series of short films leading into that, which were probably the best Mortal Kombat that we've ever seen. If you go hunt them down.
Top 5 crazy.
He looks good as Johnny Cage, but an older.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Older version.
This is right off of X, right?
Right off of X.
Yeah, I'm still gonna kind of stop and start a little bit just to be safe, but I don't want to, All right, here we go. Also, I can't do the sound, so we got to make sure the sound's off.
Somebody said yesterday that the Kano character looks like what's his name?
Well, I mean, Obviously, you don't want
on
to,
FNT.
but people play extra with sound all the time. YouTube can't detect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't really want to chance it.
Turn the subs on.
Since what? Yeah, there we go. So this is like, okay, this is a trailer for the movie, right?
Yeah.
And so he's washed up. But go ahead and pause it real quick, just so we can talk about it here. So he's like, his career. So he made a bunch of movies, got real famous, but now he's kind of washed up, right? And he's going like cons and stuff. Look, he has all this merch in his car. He's like, I'll sign these pictures for you for $20, that kind of thing. And then these guys show up, and he thinks there's some crazed fans from like, you know, a con or something. But it's really Raiden, and he needs them to come and fight and go into the seltzer. You can go ahead and start it again. So yeah, he opens a portal. I can't remember who this chick is next to him. It's
Sonya Blade.
Sonya.
Oh, Sonya Blade. Okay, so they go here, and then he's like, "Where am I?" Okay, pause it. Who?
Another thing, just a side note. If you said if you told, I don't know, 2010 me that I'd be seeing the New Line Cinema insignia and then like that Fox Studios would be bought out, I would have laughed so hard.
So the chick with the fans is Princess Katana.
Okay, that's who I wanted to clarify who that was. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, because they already had what's her face in the last one.
Right. Wait, she didn't die though, did she? I can't remember.
No, I don't think she did.
Okay.
Really, the only mainstay that really got killed off was Goro, which is weird that they killed him before the tournament.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So, yeah, it's got the. Yeah, look at this. So he's like, "Hey, I don't." Oh, this is pretty bloody. Yeah.
Shang Tsung.
Yep.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Shao Kahn. Yeah, sorry.
And yeah,
Sorry.
he's like, "Screw that! I don't really know how to fight."
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how to fight like that.
Oh wait, pause it there. Who does that look like?
That's
Aang.
supposed to be.
Aang, yeah.
Aang from the last Airbender.
People are saying that she looks like that from that game trailer they put out.
Oh yeah.
Where she's drinking the soda and stuff.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same person.
It is the same person, right?
Yeah, just CGI version.
Yeah.
But it also looks like what is it? The what's her name from Star Wars? The Asajj.
Asajj Ventress.
Yeah. Okay.
Ventress, yeah.
I really don't have that big of a problem with it, or it's just like she should be wearing a mask, but like
which character is this?
Jade.
Jade. Okay. Duh. She's got a Jade staff. Okay.
Come on, just put a wig on. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's
What's
not
gonna be
in
that?
real life, is she?
Yeah, I think she is.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay. Well, if she's got like alopecia or something, then you know.
Oh, yeah, if she got alopecia, I was like, I feel bad, but like
Well,
otherwise,
then they need to make a G.I. Jane sequel. Then
no. Reptile spits Nair in her face, and
All right, yeah, keep going. Sorry. Oh yeah, here's Jax.
Jax.
Yep. And yeah. Okay, this part right here, he's like, screw this. I don't have robot arms and call lightning and all this. I'm just a dude. And he's like, I'm out of here.
yeah.
I like the little clip with Kano. Kano's like, "Wait, you don't have any powers?"
K Baraka.
Yeah. But look, now he does actually do some stuff, and it's like, oh, I guess when he's here, he can actually do some
Yeah, that was how they
who's,
made it in
wait,
the other
hold on.
movie. Is like you have to
Your power.
unlock your powers.
Okay. Yeah, who was the chick with the string fighting the other one?
That was Katana.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
Katana again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because that was the main thing about the character that no one liked is he got the shit kicked out of him the entire movie, and then like his powers unlocked, and he was like completely armored, and it was like, Oh, you found a way to more effectively get the shit kicked out of you. Congratulations. Like that was it was like you streamlined it.
Yeah.
I'd say that why make up
You
an
got your
original
card
character? There's
ranger.
so many awesome characters in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I never understood that, like an outside looking in where there's plenty of human characters that you could have picked from.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we need guy.
When that guy got his powers, it was like Power Rangers suit up.
Yeah, it was like he was just like completely armored, but like his fighting style got no better. So like it's just it
meanwhile,
hurt less when they kicked the shit out of him.
every time they cut to him, you're like, I want to see Sub-Zero. I want to see Scorpion. I want to see Kung Lao. You know, Kung Lao for his 5 minutes on screen was cool.
Right. Yeah, when's he's the one that does a dragon bicycle kick, right?
No, that's Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. Okay.
Kung Lao is the one with the metal hat.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
He's the ancestor of Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Which they have retconned so many times over. It's and Sindel.
Yeah. So this is okay. Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, they finally made Shao Kahn look good.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the Scorpion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think fighting the clone of
Noob Saibot.
Wait, is that who that is?
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Baihan is the first Sub-Zero, and then he gets killed, but he gets resurrected as Noob Saibot.
Oh, okay. So he's like a zombie?
Yeah.
No, he's like a undead, like shadow wraith.
Okay. Okay, cool.
See, he pulls his shadow out of him.
Yeah. Then cuts him like that. Wait, is that did he say get over
What?
here?
Get over here.
I think
Yeah.
he said that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh, wait,
says
maybe-
get over.
I don't know. It doesn't sound right. It needs a little more body to that.
Yeah,
Get over here.
yeah, it doesn't. I thought the exact same thing too, where it's just kind of like, all right, get over here. You're like, no, we need a little bit more than that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it. Hold on. What do I have here? Oh, I'm still on the Judge Dredd thing.
Oh yeah, that's his name. The guy's name was Cole. Thank you, Bush.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yep.
Because he's a
That's right.
I just came across something rather interesting. Apparently, there's a new ad campaign for a denim company called American Denim, and they've added Sydney Sweeney to their marketing campaign,
That's
and their stock jumped 7 points in one day.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. It's like what Sidney Crawford did for like Diet Coke.
Oh,
all right, let's talk about this this next one here real quick.
That's all Pepsi.
And here.
You thought it was Pepsi.
I could have been. I don't remember.
So what are our thoughts on Millie Alcock as Supergirl?
I think she's a great. I think she's a good actress. I don't know the author of what they're taking this run from.
Oh, Tim Crap.
From everything I have heard, Tom King is a red flag, but as far as the look, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Tom King can write men well, so I'll see how he does with
well.
Yeah, I've never liked anything that I've ever read from him, to be honest.
Here's my yardstick for Supergirl. Is how good does she look in the Power Girl suit?
Yeah.
No, that would be Sydney Sweeney for that one.
I still say.
Well, they're the same person, right?
Sort of.
They are. It's just alternate.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Okay.
Power Girl.
So you could really cast Sydney Sweeney as Power Girl and still have Millie Alcock as
right.
Yes, absolutely, you can.
All right.
And the world would be better for it.
And, I mean, I still think the best looking Supergirl was from Smallville. That's just me.
Who played that?
I can't remember her name.
Laura Vander something.
Vandervoort person.
Okay.
But I will say, if for any reason they do adapt Power Girl and they don't give her the boob window,
Yes, gotta have it. Gotta have
Right.
it. And the cape that's off.
Yeah,
Gotta have
that's
the
all I
offset
need.
cape. Yep.
But as far as the look goes, I think I think it's great. I think the look is great. And I've also heard that they're going to have Lobo in her film, and there was some set shots of Jason as Lobo, and he's perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
he's
he is
Lobo in
Lobo.
real life, actually.
Yeah, he's been Lobo since he's been playing Aquaman.
Did any of y'all watch Stargate Atlantis?
Yeah.
He was basically Lobo.
That was his breakout role, I think.
Yeah.
That's his.
He was good.
Yeah, his default is Lobo.
Right.
In his horrible Conan movie, again, he didn't do badly as an actor, but it was horrible. The opening of that film with Kid Conan, the 15 minutes there, is the best adaptation of Conan you will ever see.
Yeah, I agree. It is the first 15 minutes of that film are rad, and then
I will watch that 15 minutes as if his own movie once a year easily.
then just turn it off.
It just kind of goes off the rails. Wait,
I
who
just
was
want to hear
in that one.
I just
Long fingernails and stuff.
I just do want to hear a live action Lobo going, "Hey, you're talking to the main man right here."
Yeah, exactly. and he's got to say fragging.
Yeah.
Fracking here.
All right, cool. Well, we got a few minutes left. Let's go ahead and, I guess, wrap this up. Let's see here.
That's not what Jarrell told Clark to do.
Definitely not wrap it up. No.
Not wrap it up at all. Yeah, exactly. So, hey, thanks for everybody for showing up tonight. And I feel like this is a pretty good show. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did. Joker,
Hit that like, guys.
yeah. What? Yeah,
Hit that like,
please
share, interact
like,
with the.
and then hit the like and leave a comment on the stream afterwards, if you would please.
You have to, because YouTube only doesn't count watch only.
Yeah, exactly. But I appreciate you spending your evening with us. And again, the input from Mrs. 3 was good. Yep. So, and of course, Boosh and everybody else that showed up in here. Apparently Jana just came here to see me and then bounced out, but that's
pretty much.
Okay. And all right, so let's go around the horn and say what everyone's got coming up. What do you got going on, Joker?
Well, no big premium live shows this weekend for the World of the WWE. That's next weekend, the first 2 night SummerSlam. So Wednesday night is overbooked. We'll be going over official predictions on that. Should be a banger show, banger event. Saturday, I believe I'm going to be dropping by the old Batcave there, talking about Miss Babsy Wabsy.
Yes.
Barbara Gordon. And that's before they carted me off to Arkham for taco night for Saturday night. And why is tacos on Saturday, Sammy?
It's Madhouse.
Exactly.
It's Madhouse.
And then I'll be back here next week to talk.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We'll be doing the 1978 movie, The Body Snatchers.
Correct.
And
I have not
Invasion
seen
of
that
the Body
movie,
Snatchers. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It's
on Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I like better because they are starkly different.
A few the opening segment, and I'm like, okay, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
Still got to. I'm shocked that Roman doesn't want to do the '90s one.
Well, the '90s one was supposedly okay. I watched it and don't remember it very much.
I don't remember any of it, but I brought it up. I brought it up, and in true Roman fashion, he had like a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He might be remembering the 2000 one, which was horrible.
So
I do not
the
even remember this.
are you doing okay, Matt?
I'm standing up because after a certain amount of time, I found.
Yeah, right. Why don't you go next, and then that way you can just kind of bounce out if you need to.
I usually leave the camera off when you see me stand up, but I'll do it now. So what I got coming up? Well, Wednesday's overbooked on Wednesdays with JV and Eagle and Dredd. I guess we're doing what SummerSlam predictions next week. Is that what we're going to be doing, Joker?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. What else? I'll probably drop a video. This show next week with Body Snatchers, which is those who've never seen any of them. Many people consider the 70s one the closest adaptation to the book, right? And
Right.
strictly speaking, the 70s is kind of a sequel to the original one, sort of. Original movie. What else? A video on the questionnaires. What did we talk about this week? It's dropping this weekend. We usually talk about problems with like woke people controlling the video game industry and stuff like that. So that'll drop this weekend. I will try to drop a video, but I would like to talk about the trailer we just watched, for Mortal Kombat. If I have pain, I will try to drop 1 or 2 short videos this week. That's pretty much what I got going on.
All right, cool. Yeah, all right, Matt. Well, Matt, if you want to take off, you can go ahead now. If you hang out with us, that's fine till the end.
I'm okay. I got to stop. If I have to go, I have to go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to let you know. Hey, man, thanks again for all your knowledge. I learn something at the Matt Academy every time I'm on the show. I really appreciate it. Jacob, thanks for being on the show, man. Great memes again, as always. You finally got your move all wrapped up?
Yep.
Okay,
all
awesome.
Done.
Good.
Unloading the truck. So got to do that tomorrow, and then we'll be done.
All right, awesome. So what do you got coming up, good sir?
My show Tuesday night will be going over the Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Love that movie. And then I'll be back here, or I'll be on Goat's channel Wednesday night for Daybreak.
for the Daybreak that TV show, right?
Don't look at me like that, Joker. And
the
then
Daybreak
I'll be here
movie
next week.
or the TV show you've been
The TV show.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
So and then I'll be here next week.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for being on. The memes are always awesome. And everything. And Sammy, what do you got going on?
I am shooting a Judge Dredd movie with Taika Waititi, and then
Nice.
No, I'm really excited about it. He's got a lot of great ideas. He said what if Judge Dredd was like a quirky guy from New Zealand, and I was like, brilliant. So like a lot of great expectations for that. And then after that, I'm gonna sit around and watch paint dry. And then Saturday, of course, we have Cavecast, and then Sunday in other news with Sammy 3-Peat.
Awesome. Yeah, you always got a lot going on out there. So, hey Dempsey,
Hey,
how's it
Dempsey.
going?
Dempsey.
Yeah,
man.
Exciting.
close this thing out. Yeah, pretty much. It's a pretty good show. You can go back and look at it on the replay here in a minute. But thanks for joining. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then as for me, I will be on Jacob Ironside's channel on Tuesday, and we'll be going over the Hitchcock movie Vertigo, which is a very good movie. And then I will be back here on Thursday for the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 one. And then if anybody out there needs to fill in for anything kind of throughout the week, just hit me up if I'm available. I'd be more than happy to hop on and contribute and whatever. If not, that's okay too. All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. Again, please subscribe if for some reason you're not subscribed, and please leave a comment afterwards, because I guess that's like a new YouTube thing in order to get views and whatever.
Yeah.
And Roman's been working hard on this channel for 3 years now. So hopefully we see some growth here soon. It's a fun show. I really like doing it, and it's great being on here with you guys.
Yep.
Oh, I guess Matt had to go. All right. Well, I guess that's
Everybody comes for Joker.
us. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have a good one, everybody.